Hi, I'm Jenny Mead, and this is my small video to talk about my professional development plan that I've put together as the final project for my class for this semester for the first part of the technology endorsement. Overall, it's been great to really think about the different components and what I really used is professionally, what my role is and how I can put together this PD plan to really support the work that I'm already doing in Columbus City Schools. So thinking a little bit about my professional development plan, again, I wanted to align it to things that I currently do in my role. So my current position is a teacher on special assignment. I work in the professional learning and licensure office where I help identify professional development that we might do district-wide. We help specific schools, specifically in aligning professional development to the Ohio teaching standards so that teachers can receive CEUs, and then it aligns to the credits that you need in order to renew your license. One of the things that I'm most passionate about is supporting reflective practitioners and really thinking about the types of things that we do, whether to become a master teacher or national board certification. There's a nice pool of teachers from Columbus City Schools that are working on the technology endorsement. We have teachers who are doing teaching ESL students. We have people going back and adding a special ed licensure. So, when you've already received one license, what are other things that you can do to continue to refine your practice and really be reflective about the content that you're teaching? And then in my final, not my final, but one of the other things that I've been working on is I'm almost done with my education administration Masters of Education, where I will receive my principal's license this spring. And I hope to work in an administrative role, whether that's supporting a middle school, supporting a high school, perhaps elementary, supporting programs that we run within the district. So really thinking about, project management and the administrative role, but through a deeper understanding of technology and content and, delivering the content within new and innovative ways in schools so that we can better reach our students and engage them in teaching and learning within Columbus City Schools. So the first part of my professional development plan focuses on that TPAC framework. And one of the things, I previously had worked in the curriculum office, so I've worked with content, I've worked with pedagogy, and within technology integration, one of the things that I want to do is just be stronger in technology so that I can build those connections. So the professional development plan that I've put in place for myself is working with some of the Google certified areas that we have out there. So recently in my office, we've attended some of the GAFE summits. The last one I went to was in Atlanta, so it was the Southern Summit, and it was a great experience. From that, though, developed a need where I really would like to be in the Certified Trainer program. The first step, though, is to become a Certified Educator Level 1, Level 2, and the one that really interests me is the Certified Innovator. And so that's where you take technology and really put all three of those pieces together of content and pedagogy. One, just to improve my experience, but then to be able to help teachers and to reach students within Columbus City Schools. So within that plan, my goal is over Christmas break to become Level 1 certified educator. And then over early fall into early spring is to work on Level 2. And then through attending one of the GAFE summits, get more information to begin the application process to be a certified innovator. So that for a professional development plan really would be me completing those individually, but attending professional development to give that excess support that I would need to be able to be successful. And again, having those certifications really help to bring that connection within that TPAC framework so that I am stronger in being able to align, this specific tool would be great for that piece of content, to be able to really use pedagogy to reach students of all different levels. Currently, I've been doing some training within middle schools and high schools, and we're trying to pinpoint, what practices are working best and what can best reach the students. So I think all of that within that TPAC framework, becoming stronger within, the improved technology integration through that Google certified program is great, and that is what I have put in place for part one of my professional development plan. The second one is really thinking about curation, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, my role is to support teachers and reflective practices, to earn credits to be able to renew licenses. So one of the things that we have is we have national board teachers, and part of our CEA contract, teachers can receive a $1,500 stipend a year to be able to develop and deliver professional development. Currently, we do most of those teachers do that in face-to-face formats. The other thing is we have new teachers, and then through our evaluation process, we have many teachers who are skilled or accomplished in areas, but there's some areas that maybe they're developed. Maybe they were changed grade levels, or they taught originally on the south side of Columbus. Now they teach on the west side of Columbus. And so just really working with that student population and understanding, how to best reach those students. There's lots of training that needs to go on, but we are really working, we traditionally just give that in face-to-face. So I really want more professional development on how to use curation to be able to organize content in meaningful ways for the purpose of allowing our national board teachers who already have that stipend, who need to be able to share resources and content to help them curate and to make that accessible to a larger crowd. So again, two bodies of individuals who'd be interested, that are teachers, new teachers who are always looking for great resources. And then throughout the OTES model, as a teacher, when you go through that, your supervisor or your evaluator will identify areas of refinement, and you talk about what that professional development is. So within curation, the professional development that I plan to partake in is attending the Ohio Technology Educator Conference. I think it's in February, planning to go to pull out some resources of what are other districts doing to help educators curate and sort of tell their own story. I think it's Spotify that I would really like to spend some, or Storify to help teachers spend time really being able to curate that and put those resources in there so that another teacher could learn and reflect and be able to use them as a resource and use the things that were put in there. So again, my professional development would pertain to going to the OTEC conference, in reaching out and finding out what other districts are doing to be able to provide those resources for teachers. Creating a platform very similar to the teaching channel. This is a great resource. I use this quite a bit in professional development, where you're capturing teachers live and showing what they're doing in their classroom. Job embedded professional development is fantastic, because you sometimes as the teacher, you feel like, maybe they don't have the same populations of students I do, or maybe they understand content differently. So again, I'd love to be able to use curation to be able to reach students. So that professional development is seeing really what is out there, and then just using, like I said, perhaps Storify to start to do that. Moving on to the third area of professional development is working on that area of project management. I'm a big idea person, and so sometimes putting in all those finite responsibilities and really thinking out the details to be able to plan a project, execute it, and then be able to reflect on it to see how it's working. So one of the things that we're doing within Columbus City Schools is we're starting to use Adobe Connect to be able to offer professional development at times outside the regular school day, or at times that when professional development, sometimes it's offered at the end of the school day. Teachers have to drive to a central location. Perhaps we start offering things during different lunch hours. So 10:30, 11, 11:30, you can log on the first Tuesday of the month, and great reading strategies could be shared. Perhaps you interview a student on, a specific lesson, or what they received, what they, got out of the activity. So within that, project management is learning about how we can use Adobe Connect to reach more teachers and to provide a better experience for the professional development of the teachers within our building. So I want to promote flexibility within that, training the professional development providers. Most of them are face-to-face. So what does that look like? In online delivery, establish ways for teachers to enroll in that. We do have sort of an online system right now. And then just to improve the diversity of offerings. Many of the things that we do are kind of cookie cutter. And so there may be a literacy workshop offered 12 times and it's over and over again. But what if, a few of them could be with a specific focus of a group of students, or being able to add like a cultural aspect to that, that we have a lot of students from different areas moving into Columbus, and so teachers are trying to learn more about that. So perhaps the literacy workshop could combine those two areas, some cultural background or cultural resources that could be embedded within teaching literacy within a classroom. So in order for that professional development plan for project management, it would be a combination through going to OTEC, which I had mentioned in the previous goal, but then really working with kind of a collaboration. So my supervisor, her role is usually to outline those, but to work with her, to have her kind of mentor or peer coach me through developing the project and working on that. One of the things that right now I do have to do an internship for my administrative license. So part of that professional development plan would be to embed that project management of what does rolling out Adobe Connect look like, the training, the overall envision. So again, that it would meet that goal of being able to promote flexibility of professional development and really meet the diverse needs of the teachers within our building. So I look forward to my professional development plan, and really thank you so much for this first course gave me a lot to think about, and how this plan really supports the work that I do in teaching and learning in Columbus City Schools. Thanks. Have a great evening.